welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if you are new. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing 25 ways that I have managed to save some money. So we are in the process of paying down $26,000 in debt. We are following Dave Ramsey as well as the Budget Mom and using some of Jordan Page's methods as well. So if you're interested in checking out the people that I follow, I will leave their channels linked down below for you. So let's go ahead and just get started. So the first way that we chose to start, reevaluating our finances is to drop our cable. So we had satellite TV. It was through our phone bill, and it was costing us an extra $45 a month for the first 2 years. After that, they bumped it up to $90. So when I saw that, I called them, and I really just wanted to cancel, but they convinced me to stick with it. And so we were paying $70 a month. So at that point, we weren't really like gazelle intense on our debt-free journey. So it was just kind of one of them things. Yeah, let's keep it. We like it. We watch it every once in a while. But as time went on, we were starting to realize that we were only watching shows that were recorded on DVR. And we were no longer watching live TV anymore. We would find ourselves going to Hulu or Netflix, or I watch a lot of YouTube myself. So I really just realized that we weren't watching it at all. So I called them and I canceled, and that is saving us an extra $70 a month. So along with that, I would also say to pay very close attention to your phone bill. So once I started looking at our phone bill, we were paying $450 a month for our phone bill. So that was 2 smartphones, an iPad, internet with unlimited, and also DirecTV. So all of that was $450. So whenever I started looking at our phone bill, just seeing like everything that we could cut back on, I realized that our phone bill, our phone insurance on all of our devices was $15 a month. They had automatically put that on there, and every time you call them for any sort of problem, they bump that insurance back up, because I've changed it before and they bumped it back up again. So I went in and I took off all that insurance and I put it down to the lowest insurance that we could have. I do believe in having phone insurance just because phones are so expensive, you guys. It's so much easier to replace a phone for $150 than it is for $800. So we do continue to carry the insurance on our phones. I know Dave Ramsey does not like that, but that's kind of one of the things that we've modified as far as his plan goes. Also, we had an iPad that was well paid off that I was not aware of, and they were still charging us to have the phone line attached to it. And so that was an extra like $50 a month, because it was an extra phone line as well. So we took that off there as well. So I managed to get our phone bill from $450 a month to $250. Literally cut that thing in half. So just pay attention to your phone bill and see what they're actually charging you for. So the next thing is car insurance. So we have been with the same car insurance company for about 4 years now, and we're really, really happy with them. They're local, they take good care of us. We would trust them to, call them, and because they're such a smaller company and they're local, we really like to keep things local like that. So we checked into just shopping around for car insurance, and we came up with Geico. So right now our car insurance is $160. When I put our car stuff through Geico and I spoke with an insurance agent, they managed to get our car insurance for full coverage on 2 vehicles to $105 a month for the same exact coverage that our coverage is through right now. So what I did was I called the insurance company and I just said, look, this is what we're looking at. We found these people that gave us lower car insurance. What can you do for us, if anything? So he said, let me look into some stuff and see what we can do for you. So he called me back about 30 minutes later, and he says, so I've been able to apply some discounts for good driver, record and all that good stuff. So he got our car insurance from $160 to $125. And I said, you know what? You guys are local, you take really good care of us, and that's manageable. So we were able to drop our car insurance down so much money, it seems like. So we're really happy with that. So just, you know, look around for car insurance, and if you're really happy with your coverage, just call them and just say, you know, this isn't really a rate that we are able to do right now. What can you do for me? And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna do what they can to keep you around. So just a little tip there. Next thing is creating a meal plan. And so creating a meal plan has been one of the things that I've been doing for forever, before I even realized that that's what I was doing, you know? So I have really stuck to the meal plan, and it's all about discipline. You make a meal plan and you stick to it. Plus it saves so much money on groceries. That's why you make a meal plan, is so you're not just going in the grocery store, just grabbing things that you don't actually think you're gonna be using. So create a meal plan and stick to it. Along with that, shelf cook. So Jordan Page really preaches the shelf cooking method. Use what you have, create meals out of that, instead of going to the grocery store and just getting whatever you think that you need, or going to Pinterest and creating all of your meals off of Pinterest. So you have to go and buy all those ingredients. It just doesn't make sense. So shelf cook. Another thing along with that, I know that we live in a day and age where you need to stockpile a bunch of food. You need to have all this stuff on hand. But when you are trying to pay down some debt, don't worry about stockpiling right now. Just get what you need, stick to your budget, and you will be just fine as far as your grocery bill goes. So there's that little tip for you. Next thing, bring your lunch to work. So my husband is one of those people that absolutely hates leftovers. And so this has been a really hard transition for him, but if I pack it, he will take it and he will eat it. If he doesn't eat it, or if he doesn't like it, he won't eat it and he'll wait for dinner. That's just kind of what he does. Also, whenever I get stuff for groceries throughout the week, I always have my staples on hand, which is frozen burritos, pizza rolls sometimes, some sort of lunch meat with bread, even if it's peanut butter and jelly, and ramen noodles. If the thing that you are cooking is not enough for leftovers for the next day, just make sure you have something to take to lunch, even if it is ramen noodles and some potato chips. Just make sure you take your lunch to work, because it's going to save you about $50 a week if you're spending $10 a day on lunch. Also, meal prep your breakfast. I'm definitely one of those people that has to eat breakfast. I take medicine in the morning, so I have to eat breakfast. And my husband works out in the morning, so he needs something to eat. So it has helped us so much to prep the breakfast. And if you guys want to see a breakfast meal prep video, please let me know, because I would be more than happy to do that for you. I do it every single week. Sometimes we switch things up. Sometimes we eat the same things for a few weeks, but I meal prep breakfast every single week. So definitely let me know if you want to see a breakfast meal prep video. The next thing is freeze your credit cards. If you have a problem of spending credit cards, swiping credit cards, freeze them. We have ours in our freezer right now. All of them, every single one of them are in our freezer. We don't really have a problem with swiping the credit cards. It's more the online shopping. So to go along with that, go through all of your frequently used websites. Walmart, Amazon, eBay, Carter's, everywhere that you have a credit card saved, delete it. Do not have any credit cards saved in websites. That will save you from spending money. That was our problem, was spending money on websites that we had our credit card saved. It's so easy. The next thing, delete your shopping apps from your phone. So I had like eBay, Amazon, I don't know, just a bunch of shopping apps that I would just go on and just scroll. Wish, Zulily, all of those places that is so easy to, just buy little things, and those little things add up over time. So just remove them from your phone. Just don't have them on there. Also, cancel your unused subscriptions. So at one point in time, while we had DirecTV, we had Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, we have Spotify, PlayStation Network, CBS All Access. There was one other one, like ESPN or something like that. So many subscriptions, along with BoxyCharm, Ipsy, Shinesty, which is like a boxer subscription box. So many subscriptions, you guys. And we canceled all of them except PlayStation Network, which is a non-negotiable for my husband. Spotify for me, because I get reimbursed through work. My phone plays the music at work, and so I pay for it every month and they reimburse me on my paycheck. So that's kind of a point, but and we canceled Netflix and just all the other ones. So now all we have is Hulu that is bundled with Disney Plus. So that is the only subscriptions that we have as far as TV goes. And to be quite honest, we don't use it that much anyways. We do get HBO Max free through AT&T. So we do have that subscription, but we're not paying for it. So just go through and really look and see what all you're paying for, and just get rid of the things that you're really not using or things that you don't think are necessary, like Netflix. If you've got Netflix, you don't need Hulu. You know, if you've got Hulu, you don't really need Netflix. So just choose between the two, see which one is gonna be a better deal for you. Okay, so the next thing is use Cashback Apps. I know that this kind of contradicts what I just said, but if you're using Walmart grocery pickup, if you're using Instacart, or I don't know, anything else that you really need to be using, use Cashback Apps. So I use Ibotta a lot for Walmart grocery. It's just the easiest and best way to use Walmart grocery as far as cashback goes. But there's Ibotta, there's Drop, Ebates, and Fetch Rewards. Fetch Rewards is kind of one of those things that I don't use a lot because I don't go into stores and get a physical receipt. But Fetch, you can link up to your email, and it will go through and check all the receipts that you have in your email, so you get points through that. So my main one is Ibotta, and I've got back right about $100 this past year. So, you know, it's just one more way for you to get money back on the money that you're already spending. Not sponsored, by the way. I don't think anybody would think that it was sponsored, but just putting that out there. If you're interested in using Ibotta, I can put my referral link down below. I think it gives you like $10 your first time or whatever. So anyway, I'll leave that link down below for you if you're interested. Along with that tip, make sure that you are comparing the prices. So for an example, they had like $1.50 back on Kraft cheese one week, and I needed some cheese. So I went on and I compared the price after the cashback versus the off-brand, and it was still cheaper to get off-brand. So just make sure that you are comparing your prices before you buy things through the cashback apps. So moving on, reserve one night a week to eat out. So basically, if you've watched my budgeting videos, which I'll link my debt-free playlist down below for you, but in the budget every week, we reserve 1 week in the meal plan to eat out. This is so we do not deprive ourselves from the things that we enjoy doing. And that is one way that we have been able to keep on track and not get overly stressed out about it. We have something to look forward to. You know, we're all human. We all need something to look forward to. So just being able to eat out once a week and, you know, keep it on a budget. We're a family of 4. It's super easy for us to keep it on a budget of $20, and that makes everyone happy. Okay, next thing, if you have a habit of drinking soda, limit yourself to 1 a day. So this is a really big thing for my husband. He is definitely a soda drinker. But I just told him, I said, I am sick of buying soda. It's so bad for you, and you don't need to be drinking 3 and 4 a day. There's no reason. If you want to come home and have one when you get off work, more power to you. But I'm going to have one with dinner. So we just really limited ourselves to 1 soda a day, and it's helped the budget so much. Also, buy off-brand. It is okay to buy off-brand. If you go out and research all of these name brands, you'll see that the off-brand uses a lot of the same manufacturers. So it's basically the same thing. You're just paying for the brand. So for example, I have a Sam's Cola right here. I feel like this is so much better than Coca-Cola. I mean, I know that there are some people out there that absolutely love Coke, and my husband is one of those people, but I have successfully converted him to Sam's Cola, and he would much rather have a Sam's Coke than a regular Coke. So just try your off-brands. You know, a lot of the times they taste the same, and sometimes they're even better. So don't be afraid to buy off-brand. Next thing, unfollow people who influence you to spend money. So I'm talking about Facebook, I'm talking about Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I cannot tell you how many people that I had to go and unfollow because I was constantly finding myself scrolling their websites and just being like, ooh, they said that this was good, so I think I need that. One of the big ones was Launch. Once you click on one of those ads on Facebook, that is all you're going to see. So just really, watch what you click on, but also unfollow all those people. If you really need something, you're gonna know that you need it. It's always a want. So just unfollow those people. Next thing, auto pay all your bills that you possibly can. So right now, our AT&T bill is one of our bigger bills. So we've been trying to just figure out every little thing that we can to cut down on the cost. So through AT&T, if you put your bill on an auto pay, it gives you a 10% discount. So we have not done that yet because we are trying to pay off the credit cards, and the way that our budgets line up and paychecks and stuff, we haven't been able to do that, which I'll go over in my next budgeting video as well. But that is definitely one of the ways that you could save some more money. The next thing, sorry, these are all over the place. I just kind of made a list in my phone and just wrote down everything that I could think of until I got to 25. So the next thing, add beans to meals that have hamburger in it. So if you're making tacos, add a can of black beans. Also, you can add mushrooms to a hamburger. It has a different texture, but if you chop them up fine enough, you're not even gonna notice a difference, and it makes the meals go so much further. Also, if you have any leftovers, make sure that you are freezing those so you can use them for a dinner later. This past week, I made taco pizza, and I had too much ground beef left over, so I put that puppy in a freezer bag, and we're gonna have that on our next meal plan. So that's definitely one of the ways that you can shelf cook, just to make sure that you're freezing your leftovers. If you are cooking meals with a crock pot, Dollar Tree has these really great freezer containers. This one's it's been used a lot, but Dollar Tree has these freezer containers. You can put the date up here, and if it's soup or stew or anything like that, these are great freezer containers. Just make sure you leave enough room in the top for the food to expand, and put this in your freezer. It's a super easy lunch or dinner for two. It's one of the easiest ways to freeze your leftovers. So next thing is to check for budget billing on your electric company. So our specific electric company, you have to be with them for a year before you qualify for budget billing, is what they call it. So basically, they compile all of your bills from the last 12 months, and they add them all together, divide them by 12, and that is your bill for the entire year. Now, one of the reasons why we did this was, for one, so we could have the same bill every single month, so it's easier to budget, hence the budget billing. And two, our house is not very well insulated, which we were unaware of when we bought it, which is a whole nother issue, but it is what it is. So in the summertime and the wintertime, our bills were almost $500 a month. And to have to come up with that much money to pay an electric bill is something that you have to have. And to be quite frank, they don't care about the rates. It's something that you gotta have, so they know you're gonna have to pay it. So just check your local companies for what they call budget billing or fixed billing. I don't know what else they would call it, but just see what kind of programs they have so you can have the same electric bill every single month, and it will help you out so much, especially in the harder times of the year, like summer and winter. So I do have two kids. My son's birthday is in December and my daughter's birthday is in March. So I've been making their birthday cakes ever since they were born. My son's first birthday, we did spend the money to get it made, which was so much money. It was like $35 for a cake that wasn't even that good. It was just too much money. So I would much rather spend, $2 on a box cake, like 50 cents on eggs, and 25 cents on a fourth a cup of oil, and make my own cake. Plus, I think it's so much better. It's so much softer, and honestly, it's just cake. It's not something that the kids are gonna remember. Snap a picture and be done with it. So that is my tip. Make box cake or use box cake for birthday parties, or if you're fancy and you want to make your own with your own flour and cocoa powder and all that good stuff, more power to you, but I'm gonna use a box cake. So we are on the home stretch now, just a couple more things. So one of the most obvious things whenever you are working through your budget, trying to pay down debt, is to have date nights at home. Me and my husband are really not very good about having date nights, but we do take the time to spend together. You know, we'll put our phones in the kitchen and we'll watch a show together. We've been watching Game of Thrones right now, and we know that when Game of Thrones is on, we do not look at our phones. We leave them in the other room. And it's just one of those things that, you know, during this time, you guys need, you know, like quality time. You need that time together just to make sure you're on the same page. And you just need that time whether you're paying off debt or not. So that's one of my biggest tips whenever you're on a budget is date nights at home. The next thing is to budget for every single dollar. Dave Ramsey preaches, you know, the zero-based budget. You need to have a place for every single one of your dollars. So if you watch my budgeting videos, you know that I start with our least amount of paycheck, or least amount that we think we're gonna bring home. So like my checks are $800, my husband's are $570. And we'll just work through that, and whatever money we have left over after paying all of the bills, we will disperse and have a place for it and just make sure that every dollar is accounted for. And like I said before, I will have my budgeting videos linked down below for you if you are interested in seeing those. So the last thing, and I feel like the most important thing, honestly, is to budget in your spending money. Do not deprive yourself. If you are on this strict budget and you don't have anything to look forward to, it's gonna be a complete disaster. I can tell you that right now. We have done this, I don't know how many times, and this time we've been the most successful that we've ever been. And I feel like it is because we are not depriving ourselves. We're talking $20 a week, $10 for each of us. If I want to stop at Starbucks and get a $5 coffee, then I absolutely can. If he wants to stop and get a $3 energy drink at the gas station, he absolutely can, as long as he has that spending money. And we both have the understanding that whenever our spending money is gone, it is gone. Also, if we want to save up for something, you know, we've got $10 one week. If we save up all of our money and have $40 at the end of the month, if I want to go get a pedicure, I can go get a pedicure. And you know what? It feels good to be able to save up that money and pay for it in cash and not have to worry about putting it on the credit card. So that is all of the tips that I have for you to save money. I think it was a little bit more than 25. I got off on a couple tangents, but you did get 25 tips. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Check the description box down below for all of our other debt-free journey videos. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.